Yes, we're here with the Torque. Gonna answer a few more questions. Again, if you have any more questions, just get a hold of your sales rep, John, and then he'll get with us. On the very front, this battery here is a 12-volt deep cell. So your whole unit is gonna run either off of shore power, which is, that means it's plugged in, or your generator, or a 12-volt. 90% of your unit's gonna run off a 12-volt here. That's gonna power the tongue jack, that's gonna power the lights, that's gonna power the slides, that's gonna power 90% of everything inside your unit. The things that won't power is your AC as well as your microwave. That's all gonna be a higher voltage, as well as your outlets. That's not gonna power your outlets. Now with this, if you decide to get the solar panels or buy an additional solar panel, you can buy one from the Furion here. You can set it up as more like a briefcase solar panel. It'll plug in right into here, and all that's gonna do is trickle charge that 12-volt battery. Now, I have seen it where people have put more than one battery here to have a longer life. That's more for a dry camping, if you're gonna camp out in where you don't have any connections. Now, if you're gonna camp where you got hookup, or you can use your generator, then you really don't need this second battery. Now, coming down to the water heater. The water heater, I'm gonna show you how to run it. So this is called, this rod here is called the anti-rod. It's also known as the plug of your water heater. So you're gonna take an 1 1/8" socket, you're gonna put it in there and just get it hand tight. Now we're gonna go inside to get water to here to be able to turn it on, because you don't want to turn it on right now. It's gonna dry fire because there's no water in there. So we gotta go inside your unit. So we're gonna go inside your unit to unbypass, to allow water to start filling inside that water heater, so we can turn it on, because you don't want to dry fire it. So you're gonna walk in here after you tighten that rod down. You walk in here. You're gonna take these two drawers out. They're just right off the tracks. You'll feel the little levers on the inside of the drawers and the tracks. You lift up on one and push down on the other to pull them out. Now there's two levers there. There's one gonna be at the top, right where that light is, and then one down on the bottom, right where the light is. They're gonna be levers where you're gonna want it. Right now they're white. They're white levers. They're pointed towards the blue hose. To allow water to them, you need to point it out to the cabinet. So there's gonna be two peanut valves there, as well as on top there's gonna be one. Now that's gonna unbypass, that's gonna allow water to start flowing into that water heater. Now you'll hear your water pump go, start filling up the water heater. When you hear it turn off, come back out to your water heater. Okay, so we heard the water pump turn off as it was filling with water. You're gonna come out to the water heater. This is a pressure valve on the top. So we heard the water pump stop, so now we want to make sure all the air is out of here before we fire this up. So we're gonna just, either you can open the pressure valve here, or you can turn on the hot water side in there until you got a straight flow, no air, and turn on the hot water side on the kitchen sink. Now after you got no air in the water tank, now you're able to turn it on. This is gonna be the electric element side. So here's a switch here that'll turn on the electric element. That's a source of way to heat your water. If you're plugged into shore power, you can use the electric element to heat your water. Now let's go ahead and go inside your unit. I'll show you how to use the propane side. The propane side is a switch inside. You just turn it on and it'll light. But remember, don't light it until you got water, no air in the lines, and just a straight water feed. So you come in here, right to your panel, you're gonna have water heater button right here. So you see the water heater button? So again, we're gonna run through this again. To get hot water, you need to put the anti-rod / plug in with a 1 1/8 socket, just hand tight. Come in here, get your drawers out, turn your valves, and then just switch this faucet to hot. Turn it on to hot. You'll have to turn your water pump on until you see no air in the lines. That's going to be after you got to de-winterize it first. Right now it's winterized, so that's going to be for de-winterizing. Now we're going to go ahead and act like we're done camping. We're going to put it away for storage. So what we're going to do, first things first, we're going to pull out our drawers. We're going to switch these valves to the way they are in the location right now. This is when you're storing your unit. This is when you're winterizing your unit. The valves that are the way they're set right now are to stop the water going into the water heater. So you're gonna, first things first, is flip both of those valves. This is for winterizing or storing. You're gonna flip both of those valves there on the back side of the water heater. Now you're gonna come out here to your water heater. Your water heater, before you pull the plug, release the pressure. You're gonna just release the pressure. Water's gonna shoot out of here. Make sure this is off. So turn it off, turn the valves, release your pressure, and then undo the plug. And you're gonna see water just shoot out. Make sure it's off again. Then when it's all, water's ran out, now you can go close everything up. That's winter, that's set for winter. Now right below here, water spigot. I've had questions on this. So it's like a water hose at home with a little water spigot. It is a pressurized one, so you got a little air coupling. So you'll push the coupling in to open up the teeth. The male fitting will go into the female fitting and just lock in. And as long as you got your water pump on, that's gonna build pressure and you're gonna have good pressure off of that. Now to disconnect it, you're gonna push the fitting in or the coupling in and they'll pop off. City water connection right here. If you want to use the pressure for the water on your unit, if you want to just use that city water, which is the water right off the water hose, you don't have to fill your tank or mess with the water pump. Coming right here is the sewer hookup for your black and gray. It'll be right underneath your slide. So your blue hose here, you get with your unit. You'll see at campsites, dump stations, they'll have holes in the ground. This side will go right into that hole. This side with the black fitting, you'll clip around here. You'll see how it locks in, and then you'll open your valves. Right now, your valves are closed. Your valves are closed. To open them after you're connected, connect that on, open them. You're just gonna pull it outwards. That's gonna open your valves. That's gonna be you connected to the ground. That's gonna be emptying your tanks, your black and gray tank. Now on the fuel side of this whole thing, you have one fuel tank. To use that generator, you're also gonna use the same fuel as your auxiliary nozzle. So you got one fuel tank. To use this generator, you have to have fuel in the auxiliary tank back here. So one tank to run auxiliary nozzle and generator. Now you fill up, say you fill up 20 times your 4x4s. Check your level of your tank, because you don't know how much is left after doing that, to see if you're able to run your generator for how long. Now to get gas to your generator, it has been tested, so it has been already primed. Now if you run this out of fuel, you will have to push and hold prime. You'll see a light come on. 1, 2, 3. You can hear it priming that fuel from that tank. Now if you run it out of fuel, you will have to push and hold it longer. You'll hear a loud clicking until you hear that soft, smooth pulsation. Then that's going to tell you there's fuel in the system. Then as soon as you get fuel up here, you have push and hold start for 3 seconds. It should start your generator. If not, hold down, push and hold prime for a little bit longer. Let's see. Okay, so your solar panel, again, it's only the trickle charge this battery, and this battery runs 90% of the stuff on your unit. So if you did get a solar panel, you could run 90% of your stuff in your unit. You're not gonna be able to run your microwave. Your fridges ran off propane or electric. Breakers and fuses are gonna be underneath your table here. Let's get a little bit better light there. Breakers and fuses here. Now, it's not gonna run your AC, your GFI, or your water heater for the electric side, or microwave. Everything else, slide, lights, radio, everything but the outlets will be ran off that battery. Now if you want to use that generator for a source of power, that generator is going to, instead of being connected to 50 amps, that generator is going to power up to 45 amps. So you'll be able to use more than one generator as well as outlets. So you're also able to use the generator, so that will kick out 45 amps. Just remember, the lower amperage you go, the less stuff that's going to work in your camper. The minimum amperage you can go is 12 volts. So if for full source of power you got 50 amps, you can run everything perfectly okay. Now say you have 30 amps, your microwave's gonna work now, and AC is gonna work. Now if you go to blow dry your hair or something, turn off one of these big items. That's gonna pull less power. So if you turn off one of the big items while you use another big item, it's gonna work a lot easier. Now you go down to 12 volt, you don't get none of those items anyways, so you won't really have to worry about it. You only get the lights. Let's see here. For low point drains, which are the lowest point in your water lines, they're gonna be right in front of the axle on the passenger side. When you are putting away your unit, these are going to be the lowest point of your water lines. You're going to want to, there's little valves here. You just point them down. That will drain all the water out. Fresh water tank is the same way. You got a valve here. Point it down to drain it. Keep it to the side to close it. And then you have blue overfill hose or vent. I think that's gonna complete our little additional video. I hope this helped. Again, if you have any more questions, get a hold of your sales rep and we'll get back to you. I hope you have a great day. Thank you. Bye.